Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic appointments and resignations for the month of July. The session will be very interesting and important, so do pay attention till the end as you will be learning multiple things in this video. Let's start. First question. In June, Government of India extended the tenure of Brajendra Navneet as Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to Dash by up to 9 months, and it was up to increased till 31st of March 2024, right? So Brajendra Navneet's tenure as the ambassador and permanent representative of India to World Trade Organization, that is WTO, has been extended by another 9 months till 31st of March 2024. Earlier it was till 28th of June, right, 2023, and now it has been extended till 31st of March 2024. Remember, ACC, that is Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has approved the proposal of the Department of Commerce for the extension in tenure of foreign deputation of Brajendra Navneet. Correct. Apart from this, remember, he has also served at various leadership roles as the district and state level in Tamil Nadu, and has also served the Government of India at New Delhi. So he is the ambassador and permanent representative of India to World Trade Organization. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? So he will be T.S. Singh Dio, right? Remember, senior Congress leader and Chhattisgarh's Health Minister T.S. Singh Dio, he is 70 years of age right now, and he has been appointed as the state's Deputy Chief Minister. Correct? And remember, also known as modern day Maharaja, T.S. Dio is the titular Maharaja of Chhattisgarh's Surguja. Correct? And he was first elected as the member of State Legislative Assembly in 2008. So coming back, who has been appointed as the Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? T.S. Singh Dio. Next. And now if the question can be asked, he is from which party? He is from Congress. Next. The Appointments Committee of the Cabinet has approved the reappointment of Tushar Mehta as the Dash with effect from 1st of July 2023 for a period of 3 years. So ACC approved the reappointment of Tushar Mehta as Solicitor General of India with effect from 1st of July for a period of 3 years. Correct? And this will be the second extension granted to Mehta sir by the Government of India. And ACC has also approved the reappointment of 6 additional Solicitor Generals for Supreme Court for a period of 3 years. Correct? So coming back, ACC approved the reappointment of Tushar Mehta as the Solicitor General of India, and this will be the second extension. And apart from this, 6 other Solicitor General, additional Solicitor General of India has been appointed. Correct, for the Supreme Court, and they too for the period of 3 years. And he Tushar Mehta also, he has been appointed here for a period of 3 years. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of PTC India Limited? He will be Rajiv Kumar Mishra, right? He has been appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of PTC India Limited. Correct. This PTC, formerly known as Power Trading Corporation of India Limited, right, has passed the resolution relating to the appointment of Rajiv Kumar Mishra as the company's Chairman and Managing Director. He has been appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of India with effect from 29th of March 2023. He has been serving as the acting chairperson of PTC India since November 2021 after the former Chief and Managing Director Deepak Amitabh has quit from the position. Correct? So he was in the position of this additional Chairman and Managing Director of PTC India, and now he has been appointed as the full-time Chairman and Managing Director of PTC India, that is Rajiv Kumar Mishra. Next, name the personality who has been recently appointed as the 42nd Chief Secretary of Punjab. He will be Anurag Verma, right? He's a 1993 batch IAS officer, right? He took charge as the 42nd Chief Secretary of Punjab in Chandigarh. He will also hold the charge of the Principal Secretary, Personnel and Vigilance, right? Then remember, Anurag Verma, he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Vijay Kumar Junjua ji, right? I repeat, he will be succeeding Vijay Kumar ji, who retired on 30th of June 2023. So who has been appointed as the 42nd Chief Secretary of Punjab? He will be Anurag Verma. Next, who has recently took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra? He will be Ajit Pawar, right? A Nationalist Congress Party leader, Ajit Pawar, sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And remember, now Maharashtra has 2 Deputy Chief Ministers, right? And there is no limit for a state to have any number of your Deputy Chief Minister. And a state can have any number of Chief Minister or Deputy Chief Minister, right? So recently, Ajit Pawar has been appointed as the 2nd Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Correct? So who is the first? He is from Bharatiya Janata Party, that is Devendra Fadnavis ji. Correct? The total strength of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly is 288 and a minimum of 145 is needed to win the trust vote. With Ajit Pawar's move, NDA, that is your National Democratic Alliance government seat, are likely to cross the 200 mark. And now, who is the 2nd Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra? Ajit Pawar. Remember, Maharashtra is the only state in India to have 2 IIMs. Correct? Earlier there was IIM Nagpur, and now there is another IIM, that is Mumbai. From you, I want, what was the name of this institute earlier that was renamed to this IIM Mumbai? Correct? Tell me that. Moving on. Name the personality who has been recently appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of Coal India Limited. He will be PM Prasad, right? PM Prasad took the charge as the newly appointed Chairman and Managing Director of Coal India Limited, right? He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Pramod Agrawal. Correct? Then remember, prior to this appointment, PM Prasad has served as the Chairman and Managing Director of Central Coalfields Limited. Correct? And now he has been appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of Coal India Limited, PM Prasad. And he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Pramod Agrawal. Next, who was appointed as the new National Cyber Security Coordinator by National Cyber Coordination Center? So, Lieutenant General M.U. Nair, right? He was appointed as the new National Cyber Security Coordinator by the National Cyber Coordination Center. Correct. This is the cyber security and e-surveillance agency that comes under the Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology. Correct. Then remember, he is the third cyber security chief of India. Correct. I repeat, he is the third cyber security chief in India. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Lieutenant General retired Dr. Rajesh Pant. Correct. So coming back, let me revise it again. Lieutenant General M.U. Nair, he has been appointed as the third chief cyber security officer, or he is the third cyber security chief of India. He will be succeeding Lieutenant General retired Dr. Rajesh Pant, right? And now he has been appointed as the third National Cyber Security Coordinator. This is important. Correct. So he is third, right? So who was first? Gulshan Rai. Then on second, Lieutenant General retired Dr. Rajesh Pant, and Lieutenant General M.U. Nair will be the third Cyber Security Chief of India. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Additional Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs in the Ministry of Defence? He will be Atul Anand, right? Vice Admiral Atul Anand was appointed as the Additional Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs in the Ministry of Defence, and he will be succeeding Lieutenant General Anil Puri, who retired on 28th of Feb in 2023. He was commissioned into the executive branch of the Indian Navy on 1st of January in 1988. So coming back, Atul Anand, he has been appointed as the Additional Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs in the Ministry of Defence, and he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Lieutenant General Anil Puri. Next is who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of Indian Council of Agriculture Research and the Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research. This Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research, it is an arm of ICAR only, right? So who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of the ICAR's Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research? He will be Neeraja Prabhakar. B. Neeraja Prabhakar. Correct. Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of ICAR Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research. Correct. And this is where? This is in Andhra Pradesh. So I repeat, B. Neeraja Prabhakar, the Vice Chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, has been appointed as the chairperson of the Research Advisory Committee of Indian Council of Agriculture Research Indian Institute of Oil Palm Research, that is in Pedavgi in Andhra Pradesh. She has assumed the office on 13th of June. Correct. And she will be heading a 10-member committee for a period of 3 years. Correct. So important, remember, for this Research Advisory Committee, this will be a 10-member committee, and she will be this committee will be headed by whom, or who is the chairperson here? B. Neeraja Prabhakar. Next, NATO has extended the tenure of Jens Stoltenberg as Secretary General of NATO of up to how much? So it has been increased till 1st of October 2024, right? And his term was supposed to end in September 23, but now it has been extended till 1st of October 2024. Correct. Jens Stoltenberg, remember, he was the former Prime Minister of Norway from 2000 to 2001, and then from 2005 to 2013. Correct. And then he became the Secretary General of NATO in 2014. His term has already been extended 3 times. Correct. And this time from September 23 to 1st of October 2024, this was the 4th extension. Next, who has been recently appointed as the new chairman of BCCI Senior Men's Selection Committee? He will be Ajit Agarkar, right? Ajit Agarkar, the former Indian cricketer, has been appointed as the BCCI chairman for the Seniors Men Selection Committee by succeeding the previous chairman. Or the question can be asked that Ajit Agarkar will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Chetan Sharma. Right? Next thing, remember, he was recommended based on the seniority, that is the total number of test matches played by any individual. So Ajit Agarkar, he has been appointed as the new chairman of BCCI Seniors Men's Selection Committee. Next, who has been recently appointed as the acting chairperson of National Green Tribunal by Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change? He will be Shio Kumar Singh One, right? Remember, Justice Shio Kumar Singh One has been appointed as the acting chairperson of National Green Tribunal by the Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and he has been appointed with effect from 6th of July 23. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Justice Adarsh Kumar Goyal, correct? And he retired on 6th of July only. Next, the ACC approved the extension in the tenure of Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay as the Chief Executive Officer of Dash for a period of 2 years till 9th of July 2025. So remember, ACC approved the extension of Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay as the Chief Executive Officer of Center for Development of Telematics, that is CDOT, and his time period has been extended as the CEO of CDOT by 2 years, right? And it is till 9th of July 2025. So right option here becomes option 4. Correct? Then remember, he has won many awards that include your JC Boss Award that he was awarded in 1987 by Ministry of Defense. Then National E-Governance Award that was awarded to him in 2007 by the Government of India. Then CIO 100 Award that was awarded to him in 2007 by the International Data Group, and Deepak C. Jain Award also that was awarded to him in 2009 by IIM Bangalore. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chairman of International Financial Service Centers Authority, that is IFSCA. He will be K. Rajaraman, right? According to the notification released by the Department of Economic Affairs, right? The Department of Telecommunication Secretary and 1989 batch IAS officer of Tamil Nadu cadre K. Rajaraman has been appointed as the next chairman of IFSCA. Where is this IFSCA? This is located in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Correct? He will be replacing whom? K. Rajaraman. He will be replacing Injeti Srinivas, right? He will be replacing Injeti Srinivas here as who was the first ever chairperson of IFSCA. Correct? This is important. And Injeti Srinivas was appointed in 2020 as the first ever chairman of IFSCA. Correct? Then remember, K. Rajaraman, he is expected that he will be joining the IFSCA in the month of August 23. Next, who has recently re-elected as the president of Uzbekistan for a 7-year term? He will be Shavkat Mirziyoyev, right? The incumbent Uzbek president Shavkat Mirziyoyev was elected with 87.1% of the total vote for a 7 years term, right? Kindly avoid my pronunciation of this word. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, right? He has been appointed as, or he has been re-elected as the president of Uzbekistan for a term of 7 years. Correct? Next, who has recently become the managing director of Microsoft India following the resignation of Anant Maheshwari as Microsoft India president, right? Irina Ghosh. Microsoft India promoted Irina Ghosh as the managing director while Anant Maheshwari stepped down from his position as the Microsoft India president. As a part of executive reshuffle, Navtej Singh Bal, I repeat, as a part of executive reshuffle, Navtej Singh Bal has been appointed as the new Chief Operating Officer, that is COO. Earlier, he was heading the government under the public sector and education business for Microsoft in India, which is now being taken by Venkat Krishnan. So coming back, who has been appointed as the managing director of Microsoft India following the resignation of Anant Maheshwari as Microsoft India president, Irina Ghosh. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of SBI Cards and Payment Services Limited. So, Abhijit Chakraborty, right? Abhijit Chakraborty has been appointed as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of SBI Cards and Payment Services Limited, right? He will be in this position for 2 years and he is currently serving as the Deputy Managing Director of State Bank of India. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding the current incumbent Managing Director and CEO Rama Mohan Rao Amara. Correct? And as his term will be ending on 11th of August 2023. So, who is the new MD and CEO of SBI Card Payment Service Limited? Abhijit Chakraborty. Next, Harsh Chauhan, the chairman of Dash, resigned from his post 8 months ahead of the end of his tenure. So, Harsh Chauhan, who is the chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, right? He has resigned from his post 8 months ahead of his tenure. He was appointed as the chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Tribes in Feb 2021, correct? And he was in this period for 3 years, but recently he has resigned 8 months before to his tenure, correct? He was appointed to this position by President of India Draupadi Murmu. Moving on, who has recently elected as the President of Olympic Council of Asia from 23 to 27. He will be Sheikh Talal Fahad Al Sabah of Kuwait, right? I repeat, Sheikh Talal Fahad Al Sabah of Kuwait has been elected as the new President of Olympic Council of Asia from the period 2023 till 2027, correct? And he was appointed by during the 42nd OCA General Assembly that was held in Bangkok, Thailand, right? Next is which state or UT has recently appointed Braj Raj Sharma as the State Election Commissioner? I repeat, which state or UT has recently appointed Braj Raj Sharma as the State Election Commissioner? So, Jammu and Kashmir it is, right? Jammu and Kashmir UT has appointed recently Braj Raj Sharma, that is BR Sharma, as the State Election Commissioner of Jammu and Kashmir with effect from the date he assumed the charge till he attained the age of 65. He will be succeeding whom? B.R. Sharma will be succeeding whom? K.K. Sharma, right? Coming back, if we talk about B.R. Sharma, he is a retired IAS officer and former Chief Secretary of Jammu and Kashmir. Braj Raj Sharma has been appointed as the State Election Commissioner of Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. Next, who was recently appointed as the 25th Directorate General of Indian Coast Guard, right? Of ICG. Who is the 25th Directorate General of ICG? He will be Rakesh Pal. Correct? He was appointed as the 25th Director General of ICG. He holds the recognition of being the first gunner of Indian Coast Guard also, right? So this is important achievement. Rakesh Pal, the 25th Director General of ICG, and he was also the first gunner of Indian Coast Guard. Then he was given the additional charge of the Director General of Indian Coast Guard in the month of Feb this year in 2023, correct? And now he has been appointed as the full-time 25th Director of Indian Coast Guard. Next is who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Invest India, right? He will be Nivruti Rai. Nivruti Rai, she has been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Invest India, correct? He will be succeeding whom? Nivruti Rai will be succeeding whom? She will be succeeding Manmeet K. Nandaji, right? The Joint Secretary of the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, correct? Who has been serving as the additional charge of MD and CEO since March 2023. Then Invest India, remember, it is an investment promotion agency, the aim of which is to facilitate investors looking into investing in India, and the headquarter of Invest India is in New Delhi. This was a non-profit organization that was set up in 2009 by DPIIT. Next, name the personality who recently appointed as the MD and Chief Executive Officer of SBI Capital Markets Limited. He will be Rajay Kumar Singh, right? Rajay Kumar Singh has been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of SBI Capital Markets Limited. It is one of the oldest investment banks in India that will be, and his term period will be effective from 14th of July 2023. Then Rajay Kumar Sinha, he will be succeeding whom? Amitava Chatterjee. Right, I repeat, Rajay Kumar Sinha, he will be succeeding Amitava Chatterjee. Next, who has been recently appointed as the MD of Life Insurance Corporation of India, that is LIC. So Satpal Bhano, he has been appointed as the Managing Director of LIC with effect from the date of assumption of charge of office, that is till his superannuation, that will be on 31st of December 2025. He will be succeeding whom? Satpal Bhano. He will be succeeding Siddharth Mohati, who was appointed as the chairman of LIC in April 2023. Satpal Bhano, he is currently serving as the additional zonal manager of LIC zonal office, that is in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. And now he has been given the charge of the managing director of LIC. Next is who was recently appointed as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Dynamics Limited. So who has been appointed here as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Dynamics Limited? A. Madhav Rao, right? He assumed the charge as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Dynamics Limited. This is a public sector undertaking that comes under the Ministry of Defence with effect from 19th of July, right? And here Ministry of Defence has approved his appointment till the date of his superannuation on 30th of April 2026. Correct? Next is former Union Minister Vijay Sampla resigned from the post of the chairman of Dash. So former Union Minister Vijay Sampla has resigned from the post of the chairman of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. That is option A is correct here. National Commission for Scheduled Caste, right? Former Union Minister and senior Punjab BJP leader Vijay Sampla resigned from the post of the chairperson of National Commission for Scheduled Castes, right? Sampla ji has been holding the charge of NCSC chairperson since 2021, correct? And he has also served as the chairman of Khadi Village Industries Board of Punjab from 2009 since till 2012. Correct? Next is Ministry of Steel extended the tenure of Amitava Mukherjee as the chairman cum managing director, additional charge of NDMC Limited and Dash Company for 3 months from 1st of September 23 till 19th of November 2023. So remember, recently Ministry of Steel extended the tenure of Amitava Mukherjee as the chairman cum managing director of and give additional charge of NDMC Limited and NDMC Steel Limited Company for 3 months, right? That extended tenure come effect from 1st of September to 19th of November. Amitava Mukherjee is Director of Finance at NDMC Limited, who holds the additional charge of the Chairman and Managing Director of NDMC since 13th of March 2023 and additional charge of Chairman and Managing Director of NSL since 21st of March 2023. Correct? Next, who has been recently given the additional charge of the post of Managing Director of NAFED? So, he will be Ritesh Chauhan, right? Ritesh Chauhan, a 2005 batch IAS officer of Himachal Pradesh cadre, has been given the additional charge of the post of Managing Director of NAFED. Correct? He is currently serving as the Chief Executive Officer of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture. He is posted for a period of 3 months here, right? That is, the additional charge given to him for the post of Managing Director of NAFED is for 3 months. Next, who has been recently named as caretaker Prime Minister of Spain? So, Pedro Sanchez, right? The General Secretary of Spanish Socialist Workers' Party, he has been formally named as the caretaker Prime Minister of Spain. And he will be the 7th PM of Spain since 2018. Next, who has recently elected as the new chair of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC. So it is your James Ferguson Skia. James Ferguson Skia of United Kingdom, right, was elected as the new chair of the IPCC, that is an intergovernmental body of the United Nations that works to advance scientific knowledge about climate change that are caused by human activities. The election was held by United Nations Environment Program, the headquarter of which is in Nairobi, Kenya. Right? He was elected by 90 votes to 69 in the runoff. Correct? And remember, who has been appointed here as the new chair of IPCC? He will be James Ferguson Skia, that is of United Kingdom. Next is name the personality from India who has assumed the chairmanship of 62nd session of the Commission for Social Development. So who he will be? Ruchira Kamboj. Important, right? India's permanent representative to United Nations, Ruchira Kamboj, has assumed the chairmanship of the 62nd session of Commission for Social Development. Right? This Commission for Social Development annually meets in New York, USA, correct, in the month of February. And now recently, India's permanent representative to United Nations, Ruchira Kamboj, has been assumed or has assumed the chairmanship of the 62nd session of the Commission of Social Development. Right? Which organization together launched National Space Innovation Challenge? As the name suggests, we are talking about innovation in various sectors for space related programs, right? For various space related missions, we need new technology, right? We need new types of, because we know now artificial intelligence in the market, right? This era has started. So with this, there are numerous possibilities that we can develop that will be helping in our space, correct? So for the same reason, remember Atal Innovation Mission, that is AIM. It is a flagship event of, or it is a flagship initiative of Niti Aayog. They together with ISRO and Navras Education Technology, these three organizations together partner to launch this National Space Innovation Challenge for 2023. Correct? This NSIC, this is a national level campaign. It was launched to bridge the gap in the Indian space economy and the future space workforce and encourage the future space entrepreneurs. This NSIC, it will be open from 11th of August 23 till 20th of September 2023. Here remember Navras Education Tech or Navras EdTech is a leading space education company that is based in Hyderabad, Telangana. Right? Then what is the aim? As I just mentioned, as the name itself suggests, it is to enable innovation among the young school students to create awareness and opportunities to participate in the space sector and to develop new technologies that will be benefiting India's space sector. This NISC is open for all the school students, that is between class 5th to 12th. Now this question is also important and can be asked, that this National Space Innovation Challenge 2023, this was launched for which class students? It was launched for 5th to 12th class students. Right? Then remember, this was in two categories. Category 1 was for 5th to 8th and category 2nd was for 9 to 12. Next is your Global Skill Park that will be named after Ravi Das, will be set up in which state, right? So remember, this will be named after Shri Ravi Das. This Global Silk Park, it is located where? See, we are talking about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He laid various foundation stone and dedicated various development projects in Sagar, MP, in Madhya Pradesh, right? So remember, in Madhya Pradesh only, this particular Global Silk Park will be set up and it will be named after Shri Ravi Das. First thing, correct? So correct option is option A. Next is Zayed Talwar 23. This is the name of the exercise that was conducted between the navies of two countries, that is India and UAE. Remember this, right? I repeat, Zayed Talwar, it is a naval exercise, bilateral naval exercise that was conducted between which two countries? Between India and UAE. The location where this exercise was held is Dubai. Mark this also, right? It is important. Then from Indian naval ship, which Indian naval ship, or from India, which Indian naval ship took part in this naval exercise? It is your INS Vishakhapatnam, right? And second is your INS Trikant. These are two Indian naval ships that took part in this Zayed Talwar 2023 exercise. They are important, so you should definitely know. Correct? So Zayed Talwar, a bilateral exercise, a bilateral naval exercise that was held between India and UAE Navy. It was from 8th to 11th of August, and it was held where? In Dubai, UAE. And from Indian side, which two naval ships took part? It is your INS Vishakhapatnam and INS Trikant. So friends, these are your important current affairs for the topic appointments and resignations for the month of July. If you find the session to be interesting, do like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Doing this will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run, and these topic wise videos, they are very good for revision perspective. So I'll suggest you all to watch these videos on regular basis, as they will be enhancing your knowledge. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.